Beats Planet.
And
You are watching a master at work.
hey man, look at Will Steele, we are professionals, sir. Will, we are professionals, sir. You feel me? I didn't have to go to school for this. We just know what to do. Chat box. One day, I'm gonna figure out a way, man. Maybe it'll be like a Zoom call, StreamYard, or something like that. We're just gonna let y'all into what the pre-show looks like one day. You know, me and Will be back here 10 minutes or something. We may be listening to music. We may be responding to something that happens in news. We may be telling jokes, laughing at y'all in the chat. But one day we got to expose y'all to what's going on. That may be a Patreon exclusive. We'll cross that road when we get there. But hey, we appreciate y'all for being here, though. Y'all hold it down for Doski, Wilson, Peasky, Whiskey for us. We can appreciate you so much. We've been looking at the likes and just reflecting on how y'all have been responding to our feedback. We know that y'all give us feedback all the time, and we be on the quick. Voch, need a new microphone. Voch, your background look funny. Voch, get your sounds in order. We respond to your feedback quickly. I want to give y'all a war call just for, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I want to give y'all some credit also, because we give y'all feedback and y'all respond to it perfectly. Y'all know that we really trying to push likes heavy on this, because that's the only way at the volume know that we go hard over here is those likes and those subs. So we appreciate y'all for reacting to that, and the phones have been fantastic, man. So I just want to show y'all some love before we get started. I'm your little goofy ass host, man. You know, Voch Lombardi, the host of Voch Lombardi Live and all that good stuff.
You are watching a master at work.
Follow me on all my social media platforms, VOCHLONBARDI, and I'm being point guarded by the absolute best in the business. WILLIE William Stillion.
Everybody gonna die.
Hey, yo.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought about this last night. I was folding clothes or something, just minding my business. And I did just think about one day just hiring a camera crew or whatever. We was in a hotel for Oxnard or whatever, right? How dope would it be if I was followed by a camera crew and I knocked on your door and I was like, room service, and you opened the door, I just hit you with a chair. And we just did a whole thing for the channel.
We'd go viral.
Let's do it.
Hey, listen, man. When it comes to wrestling, I'm for all that, man. I'm for it all. Real rap.
Hey, man, I'm 30, but my acting and imagination is fully intact, sir.
I've been selling wrestling moves since I was 5. So I really am a professional. If you want to keep it a beat, I'm just saying.
Hey man, let's figure it out, man. Let's just figure this out one day. All right, chat. It is 3:16 Central. So this is what we got. I know, right? This is what we got. This is what we got on tap for y'all today. I got some Mike McCarthy clips. We got this Jason Garrett, my bad. This Mike McCarthy press conference. Got about 9 or so clips from him. He was talking about some interesting things. We'll cross that road whenever we get there. Also, we are on Jason Peters' watch. It's kind of like Favre watch, but it's with Jason Peters. I kind of didn't even want to say Jason Peters' name until anything became official, until it got set in stone for real. But now we're just on watch. I checked these social media machines, about an hour ago, just to kind of see where we're at on this. And they was like, yep, Jason Peters is driving into town. I'm like, what the fuck he stay? Houston? I'm like, everybody else gets flown in on the charter. They get helicopters to come to Jerry World, but Jason Peters is driving in, so maybe he's in Fort Worth or something. I don't know. He's just gonna meet up at the Star in Frisco to have that conversation that we all been waiting for. I think it's interesting where we're at now, and what I do like about the Cowboys Twitter community that happened yesterday, right? I almost brought a tear to my eyes. One single tear to my eyes. Instead of just believing somebody's word for it, and there's nothing wrong with believing Voch and Will Steele, because we're gonna do our best. And we didn't just go to some whatever. We discussed Jason Peters with film on Twitter yesterday. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to pull this up now, Will. Still, we can do this later. But we went to the film. We didn't immediately go to Jason Peters is amazing because I know his name. He's amazing. But we also didn't go to he's trash. He's 40. You know what I'm saying? We put the film up there. Everybody kind of dissected the film as they best that y'all possibly could, whatever your level of film watching is, and we came to a collective. Like a collective qualified opinion, I would say, Will Steele. You know what I mean? It wasn't a bunch of overreacting, wasn't a bunch of underreacting. And I love that. I just love that for the community. So we're going to talk about Jason Peters a little bit later also. And if he were to sign to Dallas, hypothetically, just, some of the matchup things that we're looking for. Just keeping it a buck. This ain't too technical, Will Steele. Yeah. You would say that if Jason Peters is here and he's in shape and he's healthy and he can go, you would want to be Peters, Tyler Smith, Biage, Zach, and your cousin Terrence, right?
Absolutely. In fact, I got that for you pulled up right here, good sir. Jason Peters, Tyler Smith, Tyler Biage, Zach Martin, Terrence Steele, right there for you to see. Because sometimes when you see it, you feel it a bit differently. So this
Flames in the chat.
Come on, bro. This is the best lineup that you can put out there. I think week 1 if he is signed. Which
let me ask you a question. Though,
may not be week 1 though. He may not play.
It's probably not going to be week 1, and that's why I wanted to be sure to be super careful with this, right? We ain't doing nothing else. Let's get right into this. Well, still, let me ask you a question, sir. Assuming there were no assuming Tyler Smith's ankle is okay. Let's just assume that. Assuming Jason Peters is healthy, good to go, in shape, he can play. Do you think the Cowboys still play politics with Connor McGovern and Tyler Smith at left guard?
I don't know. Something in me is saying that he was just joshing us, if that makes sense, right? With Coach McCarthy, because he likes to play things close to the vest. So I think he was just saying, hey, right now McGovern would be the starter, but come week 1, Tyler might have been the starter. Because if you listen to him the other day, they asked him a question. They said, well, Coach, paraphrasing, what's the lineup looking like? He was like, no, I know we usually do this or that, but I'd rather hold off on that question. It's basically what he said. So something in me, bro, just feels like McGovern wasn't going to be the starter. He was just saying it at that moment because he don't want to give away too much. But then Jerry Jones came out and said, oh, no, that motherfucker going to be starting. So
Hey, Will Steele. Hey, look. Hey, sir. Hey, I got you.
Contrary to how we normally operate, I'd like to defer on our starting lineup. So, but Tyler will definitely get a lot of work at left tackle.
Cool. Hey, look, somebody in the chat say, Voch, how would Jerry Jones say this? Tyler was gonna start the whole time, and it was a lie. And Connor McGovern, he was gonna be the swing interior guy. And if Jason Peters get here, Tyler's gonna be the left guard. That's what Jerry Jones
is. Hey, Jerry, what do you think about Coach McCarthy saying that McGovern's going to be the starter?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. We don't care.
We don't care.
Hey, facts though, right?
Yeah.
Like it's you can see such a stark difference, right? Stark difference in how Jerry answers his questions and how Mike answers his, right? Mike wanted to keep things to the vest, man. Mike wants that competitive advantage. Jerry don't care about none of that shit. It's almost like they don't brief Jerry on the in-house conversations before Jerry gets on the radio. They just let Jerry go fly, say what he wants. I don't know. It's strange. But in a perfect world, you would hope that there are no politics, though, Will. Still perfectly in a perfect world. In a perfect world, you would hope that even after week 1, because we don't know. Let me just pause this for a minute, because Tyler's ankle ain't right?
Well,
allegedly.
So I asked Michael Gelkin this morning about that, and Bobby Belt was on 105.3 as well. They both said he's fine enough, right? Like he's moving around, he's got it taped up, he's ready to go. Realistically, though, how good is it? We just won't know, Voch, because they keep that closed, so we won't know until week 1. So is it 100%? Probably not.
And the big advantage to Tyler Smith, which is why you would want his ankle to be fine, is that he moves,
yeah.
Right? He digs his feet, his cleats in the ground, and he moves people. So if he's going to be compromised at any point, I'd rather just sit him, to be honest. I'd rather just, let that ankle get to where it's, to where it needs to be. And with the whole Tyler Smith. There's no way Jason Peters is playing week 1 though, right? We'll still like. There's no way, right?
I think you're right. I think you're leaning to the right track. I don't know how he can get in here, say they sign him tomorrow, and then he's ready to go in 8-9 days. So
sure.
Yeah, week 1.
Yeah, this isn't, this isn't like we go and get a Chuma Edoga who's probably not as good as Jason Peters, but at least Chuma's been in camp, right? Chuma's in camp shape, XYZ, and then you still got to learn the system. And to be fair, learning the system, we can crash course you quickly to get you caught up on, what you need to be caught up on. But if Jason Peters doesn't play for you week 1 and Tyler Smith's ankle's not ready for you week 1 and you're forced to kind of go Josh Ball, Connor McGovern, that's a scary little sight there. So everybody, please just pray to the trap guys that Tyler Smith's ankle ends up being okay. Whatever little medicine that they got, whatever little shots and needles from the what's that game? We'll still Bliss the League. PS2, where like somebody tibia get broken half, but they get shot with a needle and they just on the field playing the next play. Like whatever we need to do to get Tyler Smith on the field, hopefully that'll be the case. And honestly, I don't want them to politic their way through this. I don't want Jason Peters to be here. Jason Peters can play, but we treat Jason Peters like a swing guy. If Jason Peters is gonna be here and the film checks out and he's healthy, he needs to be there right now. Because in my personal opinion, Josh Ball is an emergency. Am I bugging, Will Steele?
No. And Josh that's Ball, super emergency.
Josh Ball at this point is an emergency for you. And 4 is your quarterback, and they got a dude in Shaq Barrett that he led the league in sacks 2 years ago, right? So you don't want to be playing around with this little situation, right? You want to get pending good physical. All right, you can start the day. God damn it, hand him his playbook, and hopefully he ain't got. I don't even want him to practice. Just work out, get in shape, read your book. Work out, get in shape, read your book. Everything else is a waste of time. And hopefully that there are no politics at the left guard position. I don't know. But Mike McCarthy, because they love to ask Mike McCarthy questions about this, they asked him about continuity on his offensive line. And I feel like at some point, we just gotta look away from the continuity word, man. You know what I mean? This is an emergency broadcast, bro. Yeah, Josh Ball probably got a lot of continuity with Tyler Smith playing left guard. They just played 3 preseason games together. Connor McGovern got a lot of continuity with Tyler Biadasz and him at the right guard spot. But you know what's best for the greater good? Saying fuck continuity. Put your best guys out there, and if you got to go through some continuity bumps, because you know what? I think continuity is a bit overrated. And this is coming from an ex-offensive lineman, from an ex-center. So if anybody know about continuity, it's Voch, right? And when I say continuity is overrated, that's not me saying that continuity is not important. Continuity is 10,000% important. But what's more important than continuity? Good dudes, good players, guys. You know what I mean? So if I had to go, all right, Voch, would you rather go continuity or good guys? You know what I'd do? You got to find a way to get the best of both. You put the good guys out there first. You have a weird little game or two, and then you work on continuity for the rest of the goddamn season. So now your new continuity starting today, September 11th, will be Peters, Smith, Biadasz, Martin, Steele. All other continuity. Let me just go here. Rock.
Basically, fuck them.
Get all the other continuity out of here. Your only continuity matters is it only matters when your best guys are on the field. So, and look, y'all gonna take that one little clip and be like, Voch Lombardi said continuity is overrated and it's trash and who needs it, but Duke finna be tweeting me and shit. Hey man, as an ex-offensive lineman, trust me, as a nucleus of an offensive line, I felt like I'm in that brotherhood where I can say shit like this. Fuck off. But yes, continuity. Mike McCarthy said this.
It seems like you're going.
Mike McCarthy, he was dying to not give no information right there. You know what I mean?
He's pissed
Jerry
off. You got to talk about this.
Jerry would have immediately, here's your answer. Mike said, "Oh man, I don't even want to." I guess. Mike McCarthy, y'all.
On this format most years, it's, and I think it's part of being a draft and develop program. I'm just going back through my career. I don't remember too many times where, week 2 or after the second preseason game or the third preseason game, you say, okay, this is it. I think just part of being young and injuries and all those things sometimes keep you from getting to that quicker than you need to be.
He cared nothing about your goofy ass question. He cared nothing. He said, hey man, look, young people get hurt. Hey, shit happens. Hey, something may happen different between week 2 and week 1, but fuck your question. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? And honestly, that's how I feel about it also, man. Just look, we just gonna take the best dudes, we just gonna line them up, put them in place, and just whatever we get from it, we just gonna pray about it. Like old Jerry Jones said, we just gonna, hey baby, we just gonna pray to the Lord, pray to the good Lord, just hope it all works out, man. But sometimes you gotta ignore continuity. You gotta ignore continuity just to get dudes on the field. Mike McCarthy said offensive. Someone asked Mike McCarthy about offensive adjustments that were going to be made, you know, because you're going from a Pro Bowler to a rookie. And we talked about this the other day on the live stream. Mike McCarthy had this to say. I wonder if he gave a clear answer on this. Let's see.
It's part of the game. I think, you know, the run game.
Yeah, no.
You know, you're always looking at the matchups and, you know, your run blocking unit versus their defensive front. So that, you know, that part won't change as far as how you lay things out. You know, schematically, you know, playing them last year and the aggressiveness that they played us with, particularly to, you know, the number of defenders in the box, you know, so you factor that in. Pass protection, I mean, you look at, you know, how do you think they're going to line to your protection unit? And, you know, you have help protections, you know, in your base planning. So that's part of it. You know, how much you use versus, you know, how much you use today versus how much you used last year. You know, we'll see how that goes. I mean, that's why you game plan. That's why you practice, and ultimately that's how you play the game.
Somebody in the chat box just said, Voch, translate that like if Jerry Jones would have said it. We're gonna help Tyler Smith the whole game. We're gonna put somebody over there and leave him there. It's gonna be tight ends and running backs, y'all. That's what Jerry would have said. Mike? Oh man, you know, hey, you know, you gotta run the football sometimes. You gotta see what they doing, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, yeah, we're gonna scheme for them. I mean, you know. I mean, if you're gonna help, it'll be with a tight end, it'll be with a running back. We ain't gonna tell you where, we ain't gonna tell you when, but you know, it could happen. Will. The juxtaposition. I love that word now. I love that word. You just see it. You see it. A Jerry Jones interview and a Mike McCarthy interview are nothing the same.
None.
Mike McCarthy ain't answered a question yet. It is what it is, man. Andrew Vanderpool dropped 5 and Vanderpool, pardon me. Andrew Vanderpool dropped 5 in Super Chat, says, if a trade went down, wouldn't he be a perfect fit in this offense? At least he don't have to rush Gallup.
I think he's talking about Mims because I saw him come in after that and said Mims. That's what he's talking about. So he's the receiver. Apparently the Cowboys and 4 other teams called about him, and the Jets asked for a 4th round pick. New reports came out it was a 5th round pick with a conditional 5th round pick that could have been a 4th if he reached certain numbers. So
sure, you know, and that goes back to what I was saying yesterday, right? Like, you know, Cowboy fans give me the idea that they don't want these unproven guys. And I understand Denzel Mims just had a good game, a good preseason game last weekend. You know, Denzel Mims has had NFL snaps before, sure. But what separates Denzel Mims from Noah Brown? Like, what really separates them dudes, you know? And I think it's because we just recognize, we recognize Denzel Mims in the draft process, so we want to shoot our shot with Denzel Mims. But I think we got enough guys that's kind of like shooting our shot. This ain't like Malik Turner. Like, if there's one dude that's out there that we can just go get right now, go get me Malik Turner. I've seen that dude play here. I've seen Dak throwing the football. I've seen Dak throwing the football at practice and in the game. Like, just give me that dude if I had to go pick a guy.
That's what I said.
Yeah, you know, Denzel Mims is cool, man, but that's not moving the needle enough for me to force me to go make a move, if that makes sense. But I like the player coming out of Baylor, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it was Baylor. Yep. Kenny Stanley dropped the 5 in the super chat. He says, would you sign Nick Martin? Nope. Zach Martin, little brother, to help him at center. Him with his bro could be good. I'll say no because just like I said, it ain't big enough change for me. If I'm going to go bring somebody in, they got to be better than Tyler Biadasz. Better with a capital B. You understand? And Nick Martin ain't better than Tyler Biadasz with a capital B. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if he's the same as Tyler Biadasz, if he's a little under Tyler Biadasz, I'm just gonna keep Tyler Biadasz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like give me some big change if we're gonna make big change. If not, just hold what you got. Hold the guys that you got. Lincoln Blake dropped the 5 and says, the better the players, the easier it is for them to have continuity. You goddamn right. Look, you want to learn something about some continuity? Tyler Biadasz don't care nothing about all that Connor Williams continuity he had. Look, when we was in that damn preseason game and Tyler Smith moving people by himself, Tyler Biadasz will never go back to Connor Williams continuity. Thank you so much. Continuity doesn't matter if the players are trash. Thank you, Lincoln Blake. Fantastic super chat there. And I think we are caught up. There we go. Preston Williams is another guy that I would not trade for. Let's see what else we got here. Number 2, I wrote down focus. I was in a rush. My bad. So I'm assuming this is what's the focus going into the regular season, going from preseason. So if that's not what I mean, I apologize. But this is what we're just gonna, imply that I wrote down focus for.
The biggest thing is, and frankly, I talked to the whole team about it. I mean, this is really your first time to shift gears, first time to do carded periods. Just because the way we went through the preseason, we haven't operated on an in-season format at all. So. The point I'm making is the reps are so critical. And so today was more about cleaning up some of our self-scout, just making sure we were on top of conceptually what we've been working on in camp. But we also, I think it was obvious we spent a bunch of time on Tampa too. So with that being said, I think it's important to be very detailed on where these reps go.
Yep, we got to be very detailed on where these reps go. This is a very jarring time of year where young players go from I'm getting all the snaps at practice to I may get 1 or 2.
Or none.
That's a real hey, look, when you in Oxnard, all that shit cute. You see Cooper Rush throwing a bunch of passes. You know what I mean? You see Will Greer running around. You only see them cats if Dak need like a break or something. Honestly, you know what I mean? This is totally different now. We're not, if you listen to our show from maybe like last Thursday or something, we was talking about Mike McCarthy and he was saying the differences in, or basically why we're doing it the way that we're doing this now. He was like, hey man, we're not in this for like scheme. We're here for competition. We're here for competition. We're here to get the reps, competition. It ain't about reps and competition no more. It's about reps for the starters, but it's tailored, it's curated for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Right, so the focus has totally changed. I'm glad I wrote focus down there, right there. We good. Will Steele, I'm just looking at the comments. There's one comment that had nothing to do with what Mike McCarthy just said. Army mom Heather, shouts out to your Army mom from Heather. Some that I badly want. Will, I just want O-line credibility to where like when I say something, people just kind of like believe it. Like I still got O-line naysayers or whatever. So like when I hear people say. "Oh, Fournette better than Tyler Biadasz," I be like, "No, he not." I'll still get people arguing with me that Fournette's not better than Tyler, right? I go on Twitter today, right? And there was some people saying Fournette's better than Tyler.
That's
Biadasz.
Been said for a while too, like this whole offseason, bro.
For sure. Somebody asked Duke, "Hey Duke, is Fournette better than Tyler Biadasz?" And Duke basically was like, "Fournette ain't better than no goddamn Tyler Biadasz," and it was over. It was done. Nobody talked back to Duke. Nobody waved their finger and sassed Duke Manuel. I envy that. I need that in my life one day, Will. I would love to just come out and say,
well, if it makes you feel any better, you're my O-line guy, so hey.
Give me a hug, Will. Appreciate you, man. But that ain't enough. It's not enough. I'm your brother. That don't count. Focus, continuity, offensive. All right, cool. Let me see. Let's skip around. O-line depth. I asked Mike McCarthy about O-line depth. He had this to say.
I mean, I think, once again, the player acquisition component of it never stops. We're at 71 players, you're counting one NFI and 2 IR returns. So, the fact of the matter, there's 2 other players that are not here yet. So, we should have 73 by Monday. So, that's part of it. But once again, I've always focused on the guys that are here. And, we have a good mix of veteran experience and leadership, and obviously have a number of young guys we like.
I would love for Mike McCarthy to just one day be like, "Hey man, Josh Ball let me down. We got to find somebody."
Oh, man, do that.
Like Josh let me down. We need to go get somebody so we can cut that up. Now, Will
Tomlin would.
Let me ask you this, sir. The practice squad and the active roster is full right now at 53 and 19. Jason Peters gets here. The original idea was that he would be a practice squad guy, but we signed Quandre Allison, so there's no more practice squad spots, right? So we got to cut somebody from the active roster. If you sign Jason Peters, do you just push Josh Ball off the bridge at that point?
You can still cut somebody from the practice squad too, if they wanted to keep Josh Ball around because continuity, right? So you can still do that. So yeah, I mean, he would be the guy I would cut. I would have swapped him for Kellen Deesh. Shit.
Yo, Will, we know you don't fuck with Josh Ball.
No.
So you ain't got to explain to us.
But I feel like I've been softer on Josh Ball the last few days because I understand he ain't good right now, and that's fine. He got to develop. But if you tell me Josh Ball or Jason Peters for 2022, it is a no-brainer to me, bro. I'm chomping the best roster out there. Real quick, here's the funny, and this is not a knock to you, Army Mom Heather C. You ain't the only one who does this. Hey, Duke, I know you Duke Manyweather, but yes, he is. Watch the film. Ma'am, do you think Duke Manyweather, who trained both of these dudes, is not watching the film? Or Voch Lombardi is not watching the film? I mean, that stuff is crazy to me. Like, I'm not trying to come at you because everybody says this, but that's wild to me. Yeah. I think
we're not just making this up. We're not asking somebody or like deferring. Like we see this. Kenny Stanley dropped 5 in super chat, says volume as an acronym. Voch on live, undeniable, mastery, excellence. Hey, hold on, dog. Let me just get you right, dog. That's for you, sir. That's for you, sir. That's for you. Appreciate you, Kenny Stanley. Mean the world to me. Mr. England 77 dropped the 5 and says, I took Jason Peters to Harold's when he played here in Chicago last year. As another example, you got to go to the most dangerous spot in town to get the good chicken wherever they at. He disagrees with you and is going to set you straight. Reset. I took Jason Peters to Harold's when he played here in Chicago last year, Voch. He disagrees with you and is going to set you straight. By what? He disagreed with me about what? I ain't say shit about Jason Peters. Or Harold's, or Chicago, motherfucker. What you talking about? Tell me what you mean, Mr. Englewood 77. I'll be looking out for your comment. I don't know what you mean. I have had Harold's chicken before, and I ain't gonna say it because you know Chicago. And Derek Smalls dropped the 5 and says, Sky, who gives you more of a headache, Josh Ball or Don Trell?
Yeah. Let me tell you something, Trell. Nah, it's Josh Ball. Me and Trell, we cool now, man. We cool. No, we ain't got. I mean, if we.
Listen. Let me tell you something, man. Josh Ball might be trash. Josh Ball might be terrible. Josh Ball might be a downgrade, but he ain't no snitch. He ain't no snitch, player. He ain't no snitch. Quit telling so much. Mind your business. Mind your business. Oh, you know who will, you know who will know who will knows on his nerves.
See, Voch is like my manager, yeah, my Jimmy Hart, right? You know what I'm saying? Or who else, man? You got the Mouth of the South. I mean, there's so many legendary managers, but yeah. Oh
man. Ooh, Paul Bear. Come on, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to this. Just a couple of updates before we get this. Oh, Will, I thought about you. I wasn't even gonna put this one in here. Hold on. I wasn't even gonna put this soundbite in here, but Michael Gelkin asked a very good question, and in my mind, you asked this question. So I'm gonna read this as if you asked it, but not as if you was at the press conference, but outside of it, right?
Oh, I want to hear this.
We got all right, cool. Will Steele from A to Z Sports on the volume. Why the fuck Noah Brown still here?
I think of Noah Brown. I think of toughness and consistency. You know, he's our personal protector on the punt thing. What else can I say about him as a football player? You know, he's cashed in on every opportunity. As far as his wide receiver chances last year, I think he's had an excellent camp. You know, he really lightened up during the offseason. And I think that's very smart. You see that normally as players get a little older. So I thought he took, I think that helped him. I thought he had an excellent offseason. I think he had an excellent training camp. But he's just so consistent. Knows the same guy every day, same guy in the meetings. His toughness and consistency, I think, are his two biggest attributes.
Now, Will, let me answer for you. None of those things that he said good about Noah Brown is good enough to keep this motherfucker on his team, though. The fact that he's tough and consistent, what does that mean? Go ahead, sir.
McCarthy, respectfully.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
If he's coming out to be my wide receiver too, I'm just saying, just to be real, that don't make me feel great. Now I know my wide receiver 4 or 5, whatever. I'm cool with that. Yeah. What wide receiver 2 is on punt team? But I get it. He's not really a wide receiver 2. It's Michael Gallup who should be back sooner than later.
Mike McCarthy fixed his mouth to say, "Oh, Noah's the personal protector," so that says everything about him. It does. It does.
About special teams.
Yeah, it says everything about him. He's the personal protector. Yep, that's as good as he's gonna be in this world. Just the personal protector, fucking personal protector. But I had to put that in there because I know you just sick of Noah Brown, sir.
But to be fair, we were out there at camp. He does look better. He does look better than he's looked in his other 10 years he's been in the league. But he looked better. So maybe he'll change in year 15. So we'll see what happens with Noah Brown come week 1.
Well,
watch him have a $120. Watch.
Well, Master William, I can make the argument that he looks better this year because Dak Prescott's better this year. You think so?
Because he's throwing him the ball. He's going to be the new said or what have you.
There you go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Here we go. Let's get back into it. Gerard. Let me make sure I got your name right here in the chat box. Here, I'm gonna get your name. Gerard is Baggerty. I know your name. Baggerty. I see it all the time. Bogarty. There we go. Gerard Bogarty. What side are you on? You on the volume side or you on the Voch side? About to pass out some wrenches up in here. I got another Mike McCarthy sound clip. A couple injury updates from Mike McCarthy. He gives us a Jordan Lewis update. Let's see what he says.
Doing very well. So I mean, the goal was for him to be with Britt today and tomorrow, and the goal is to hopefully get him out there Monday. I mean, he was individual today, so frankly, I mean, there may be a chance that he may get a little more tomorrow, but he's doing really well. I mean, they've been extremely positive about his rehab.
Will Steele, do you think that Jordan Lewis is going to be ready for week 1, September 11th versus the Bucks?
Hey, I'm no doctor, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn, and high ankle sprains, or is it a groin? Groins can linger a little bit, right? But he injured it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
I think he'd be ready. If I had to guess, I think he'd be ready.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago, so it was preseason week 2, the second game or whatever.
So you're looking at almost a month of recovery.
Yeah, should be fine. All right, cool. But if Jordan Lewis couldn't play, you feel good about Deron playing in week 1?
I'll be excited to see Deron, because he's going up against Tom Brady, and Tom Brady loves to use the slot, so he's going to get a lot of work. That'll tell us a lot about Deron playing week 1, even if it's not the cleanest game. I want to see how he can bounce back and things like that. So yeah, I'd be really excited to see number 30 out. Is he still wearing number 30? Yeah, number 30 out there.
Yeah, they're going to be doing some number changes soon because Turpin is going to be wearing number 9 because J. Lou wasn't coming off of 2. So I wonder, Dennis Houston, he's got a number change coming because he's wearing somebody else's number, whatever it is. And you said that Bland has a number change coming, so yeah, we'll see.
I don't know if Bland does, but just saying, here we're about to get into that whole thing now, right?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see. And I got a Michael Gallup injury update. Oh, I just want y'all to listen to how different Mike McCarthy's Gallup update is from Jerry Jones's Gallup update. Here's Michael Gallup's injury update.
Looks excellent. He's getting close. He's hit every target. His rehab's going very smooth. So we're just staying on the plan. And but yeah, I mean, I don't have anything to. He's still working with Britt in the rehab group.
He working with Britt. I ain't got nothing else to say. I don't know if it's a Super Bowl. I don't know what if this was this game, would he play? I don't know nothing. Jerry Jones, yep, he ready. Yep. If the game was, he won. Shit, Michael Gallup, 97%. We just don't want to play him just yet. He's good to go. It's almost comical at this point, Will.
It's so opposite, man. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Jimmy in the super chat says, Voch and Sky, what's up, bro? Did you hear when Jerry Jones called out Stephen A? Because I don't be watching. Yeah. But did you hear when Jerry Jones called out Stephen A, called him a fraud, and that he's an undercover Cowboy fan on First Take? I ain't watched First Take in a long time, but
I saw that clip on Twitter.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I typically try to avoid it. I will say this though, Will, still, I shit on the 4-letter networks and the 3-number networks, number letter networks or whatever. Cowboys win the Super Bowl. I'm tuning all of it.
Oh, excuse my language real quick, but the Super Bowl, if they win a game, I go and watch that shit.
You want to know
what y'all got to say now?
You want to go?
But when we lose, man, fuck,
I ain't watching this.
That bullshit.
I don't want to listen to Will Steele when we lose. I don't want to listen to Law when we lose. I just cut all things off. I don't want to listen.
Told you, my routine used to be before I did this. If we lost, I come home and I watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
No ESPN, no Fox, no nothing. For a couple days, I'm watching shows and movies. I don't want to hear nothing. And then about Wednesday, I get back into the swing of things. But now, we ain't got no choice, man. We got to put on a brave face and get in front of this camera. And
hey, y'all, it's going to be all right.
It's going to be okay.
Hey, y'all, we lost, but I'm chilling, though. Hey, let's break down the film, right? I was just cussing people out yesterday, and I got to smile and tell you it's okay.
Bro,
the lunatic says he dropped the 5. Cinco Dinero. Hear ye. Here at the volume, Voch and Sky are nuanced and contexted to refine perfection, because you know who you was with. You know who you was with, Will Steele. DC4L. Appreciate you, lunatic.
I promise you, I'm going to get a shirt made from that.
You know who you was with. You know who you was with. Fly peaked. I don't know why I just thought about the meme with the dude and the girl on his arm, and he looking behind at the other girl. I don't know why that meme just popped in my head, but whatever. Fly Pikachu, Fly just dropped 5. Appreciate you. And Dak Not Done Yet dropped a dime and says, just want to say keep up the good work, both of you. And to the chat, let's keep it football talk. I have too much respect for these football guys. Dak Not Done Yet out. What's going on? Go ahead.
I got to read this one, brother. Michael Wyatt. After Will's Razor Ramon intro, this has become my favorite stream team.
Oh man, appreciate you. We just want to put in the work, man. We just want to put in the work, and I just want to cry once here, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
He says, Voch, go see What's the Matter super chat. Did I miss it? Okay, I'm gonna go to the what's the name? Okay, no, it's right here. He dropped 5. He says, spending 5 to shout out King Element's comment. Josh Ball ain't attend class because he was boxing women.
Oh, dang. Was that King Element?
That's King. That's What's the Matter super chatting on behalf of King Element.
Okay, because I know King do not like Josh Ball. He ain't like Turpin either when he got here.
Yeah, King, yeah. But hey, that's facts, you know. And to be fair, when I talk about Josh Ball, I do talk about him from the football standpoint. I try to keep it football with Josh Ball, you know what I mean? But on the other side, like Jeff Kavanaugh on record saying, "I'll smack shit out of Josh." And I'm like, all right, Jeff talking
on 105.3 as soon as he got drafted
on the radio.
Just said, nah.
Oh, Look, they was on the live draft day stream. All right, y'all, we got Josh Ball. You asked the question. Jeff, do you have a question for Josh? No, I'm good. Listen, no, I'm straight. Jeff, what's wrong? He's not a good person. He's a piece of shit. And I smack shit out when I see him. All right.
Facts.
Hey, man. And then look, Jeff, my friend. So if Josh do anything to him, I got to
pull up.
So it is what it is, man. We got one more sound clip. Then we're going to move on to the chat. We was going to have phones today, but my phone lines are acting a little funny. So we're going to go from this clip directly into the chat. Appreciate you. This was a pretty interesting tidbit, Will Steele. The question was worded kind of funny, so I just got to hear. He says 29 of the 53 players on the roster are on their 3rd season or less, which is an interesting number. 29 of 53. That's over half. Yeah, that's over half guys that are season 3 and less. And then they went on to talk about draft and develop. So I'm gonna play this clip, and me and we'll talk about that for a little bit.
When you look at the initial composition, it's 29 of the 53 are entering their 3rd season or less. Does that just again reinforce your commitment to draft and develop? And is that a number you kind of target to when you look at roster composition going forward?
I mean, my history has been, usually 22% of your football team is rookies, and actually I used the comparable today, and I don't like to do this, but I went back and showed the roster of the Super Bowl championship that I was part of, and there was 10 rookies that were on the 46-man roster that day. 4 of them were draft picks. They started. There was 4 rookie free agents that started, and there was 2 other rookie free agents that were dressed, but didn't have active starting roles. So, and the point I was making is we have 17 rookies that are part of our group today, and the fact of the matter is you're going to be playing in big games, and there's a high probability you're going to be probably playing in the most important games when it comes down to it. So, just the urgency and just the understanding, and I love this locker room. I think the way the veterans and the young guys, you can see their connection was strong early. The respect of the rookie class for the veterans, and the veterans really, appreciative and have done a really good job as far as mentoring and pulling this, because at the end of the day, it's how fast can you close the gap between your older players and younger players. I think that's always been a huge important factor of developing a winning championship football team.
So that's a lot of young dudes, Will.
It is.
That's a lot of young dudes. I think at the very beginning, he said we had 18 rookies that was a part of the program this year.
Sounds like 17 rookies. I believe that's including the practice squad, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So if we just keeping this a buck, right, just in terms of guys that just made the team, right? So you got your draft picks. And pardon me, that was like 8 guys. We drafted 8 guys this year, I believe.
I don't know the exact number. Actually, go ahead, keep talking. I think it is.
It just flies by. So you look at the 8 or so guys that we drafted. And then you look at the made roster guys or whatever. We added 4 more undrafted free agent dudes, right? So guys like Peyton Hendershot, Jake Ferguson, Jake Ferguson wasn't undrafted, but Peyton Hendershot, Marquise Bell, Dennis Houston was an undrafted guy, made the team, and there was one other 9 guys. So we drafted 9 guys, and 4 undrafted dudes made the team. So that's 13 on top of the 11 that we drafted last year. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of dudes that's brand new on your team, and they're doing something. Because if they're on the 53, they got a job somewhere. They don't this ain't the old days where I'm on the 53, but I ain't doing that. Which is why I'm so staunch on the idea that we only need 1 quarterback, which is Dak Prescott, nobody else. But besides Dak, like even if you play like Rico Dowdle got to run and tackle people on like one of these units or whatever, right? So that. I kind of like draft and develop, man. A part of me still wants them to do a little better in free agency in terms of, hey, if we need to just fill some spots here, as opposed to what Jerry Jones was saying, okay, we let go of a Pro Bowler. Let's hope that a 5th round pick can be what that is. You know what I'm saying? I don't like doing that or whatever. But the idea that, look, if you're a team that drafts well, just load up on guys. Load up on guys that you like.
Don't sugarcoat it. You love draft and develop. Don't sugarcoat that, man. You draft guy, Voch. Come on, man.
So my only thing though, Will, is during draft season, right? Because I belong to everybody, not just Cowboys. And during draft season, I belong to everybody. Like a Jets fan will call my show or something, right? Like a Packers fan or something. And be like, yeah, Voch, draft is like throwing darts, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, it ain't. Draft is throwing darts for y'all. Draft ain't throwing darts for my team. You know what I'm saying? So we could be up here and be like, oh, well, a 4th, 5th round pick don't matter to us, but a 5th round pick gonna be one of these starting receivers this year. 5th round, 6th round pick gonna be one of these starting corners this year. Anthony Brown was one. You know what I'm saying? He's been around for a while. 5th round pick, Purdue. You know what I'm saying? Quarterbacks are 4th. You know what I'm saying? So you just can't look at these draft picks all the time and be like, oh, well, who cares about it? Just send them the 5th round pick. Send them the 4th. Them 4ths end up being dudes. Not all the time, but those dudes do end up being guys. And the good part about it is that, some teams walk into the draft and be like, all right, if we could just hit on the 1st. And if all the rest of these picks, we get 2 dudes, that's okay. I think that's a good draft. Some teams walk in with that mindset. You know what I mean? Cowboy fans who still think Cowboys can't draft. We just got the call yesterday. Jay Tuck's another guy that think Cowboys can't draft. We don't really miss on 1st rounders. 2nd round pick, if you want to make your little conversation about it, sure. But your 3rd and 4th round picks, they be straight. Your 5th and 6s, cool. And if you want to talk about these last draft classes in particular, these Mike McCarthy draft classes, we ain't had a bad one yet. So I think it's worth looking at. I think draft and develop is worth looking at. And the best part about it is that if you're drafting these dudes properly, you get them cheap for 4 years. Yeah. 5 if they're a 1st round pick. So yeah, we've heard draft and develop as a buzzword all over the organization. We heard it from Jerry. We heard it from Mike McCarthy, a couple other guys. So this was Mike's take on draft and develop. I would love to hear Will McClay just kind of go in on draft and develop for like 10 minutes. That'll be fun. That'll be amazing. But we'll see. We'll see. I've been refreshing my Twitter feed, and we ain't got no Jason Peters news, which is why I didn't even want to put Jason Peters in the title because but
somebody said he thought Law Nation was Jason Peters in the thumbnail.
He do kind of look like.
So I went and looked. I said, "Damn, he do look just like Law."
Well, like everybody with a beard. Anybody with a beard, Law looks like him. Yep, that's just about Jalen Ray getting traded. All right, so no brand new news about the Jets' third-year wide receiver reportedly frustrated with his role in the offense. Dallas was interested. Okay, yeah, that's cool. All right, hey, let's get into the chat box, y'all. We're not doing phones today. We have 1,100 concurrent viewers right now. I just want to just give y'all Don DeMarco. There you go. Appreciate y'all for being here. If y'all wanted to interact with the show, the phone lines was down, so the chat is all we got today. So if y'all want to tap in with the show, please do so via chat box right now. I will pull that up and start looking up in there for some good chat stuff to interact with. I'll be reading off these super chats right now. And hey, chat, what y'all got? What y'all got for this last work day of the week for Voch Lombardi? Will be back tomorrow in the morning, but he won't be on Friday.
No. And I'll be back twice tomorrow, man. I got a freaking fantasy draft to do. I was telling you about.
Hey, let's see. Guillotine dropped a dime and says, does the super high amount of homegrown talent we've seen seem a little egotistical? We are the best evaluators of talent, so we don't need anyone else's players.
Put it that way. It's interesting.
I wouldn't call it egotistical. I think the shit just working. like if we look at the undrafted guys, like Marquise Bell, Peyton Hendershot, they're gonna be something one day. They gonna, you know what I mean? And we don't have to lean on Marquise Bell now because we got a guy in J-Ron Curse.
I think
and if anything happens to J-Ron Curse, we got a guy in Donovan that we drafted in the 5th round. Go ahead.
I think the egotistical part comes from you're not going out and getting guys that can come in and help you better than some undrafted rookie right now because you're like, draft to develop. Yeah, we don't need a Bobby Wagner. We got Bobby Wagner at home. But I think that's what people have a gripe at. Like, you're a good drafted team. You better be a goddamn good drafted team when you don't participate in the other two areas of team building. So I don't know how people can say the Cowboys aren't a good drafted team because if they weren't, we'd be looking at a lot of 7-9s and 8-8s and 5-11 seasons, man.
Well, Jay Tuck said we can't draft, man. So I'm gonna let him know one day. We're gonna talk about it one day. We got another super chat, pardon me. JQ dropped 5 and says NWO for life. Love Hill Vice segments. Sign Peters and have Duke pick Josh Ball up, take him far, far away from the Cowboys, never to be seen again. Walk off.
Can we think about getting a Hill Voch shirt made for losses?
Like a shirt that I wear when we lose, or like an actual Hill Voch shirt. Okay,
Hill Voch shirt. Like when we lose, you get a little bit of Hill Voch going on because you lost. Just something I was running through my head. I feel like we should run with that.
Kind of like Sad Voch's black and white piano blanket.
You get the blanket and stuff. Yeah. Even if it's like a Hill Voch, I don't know, something to kind of put the persona into action.
Probably give me a I don't know, flannel shirt, cut the sleeves off or something. With a cowboy
get the Hogan, the feather dips, throw them around.
Yeah, feather dips. I got you. Hogan, we talking to you, fella. Right. Let's see.
Let's get a shirt made, fella.
I'm that fella. King Elman dropped 5 and says Jason Peters is just Rick Ross with a wig. He'll pancake him up and go bows.
I didn't even bring up the Jason Peters film today.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. Go ahead and cut it on right now. We ain't doing that. We'll watch Jason Peters film and read the chat. Go ahead.
Sure.
On Wiki, it says he's on the Cowboys. Jason Peters, also hello from Germany. Hey, let me tell you something. Wiki said it. But if Michael Gelkin ain't said it, ain't facts.
Hold on. What was said?
He said the Wikipedia says that Jason Peters is a Cowboy.
Oh. Shit,
but if Michael Gelkin ain't said it ain't facts. Even if Fisher said, don't believe it. Is Voch going to stream the Patreon fantasy football draft? No, Joe. No. Now, I will say this: Jason Peters' film didn't look bad.
No, that's why. I mean, this is actually Brandon Thorne put together the highlights, but I said, well, okay, these highlights. Let me go watch 2 full games. So I watched that Bengals game because we're playing Hendrickson, and I watched the Arizona game purposefully. Those 2 because one was the second week, the other was the 13th week. I wanted to see how the old man lasted against the Chandler Jones in week 13. Shut Chandler Jones out. 50 pass rep snaps in that Arizona game. Didn't look like he was nobody's 40-year-old. So Jason Peters comes in, and I'm just saying this right now, he's your best tackle, period. And I like, y'all know I like Terrence Steele. Based off what I saw last year, he's your best tackle, man.
My only problem is that he's 40. And you don't know how much drop, like that natural drop off the hat. Just, off season, I'm good. Off season, I'm bad now. You know what I mean? We just don't know how that works. But based on the film that I saw,
you wonder if he has kind of that Tom Brady in him, where everybody's just waiting for like that massive drop off, but it doesn't happen because they work at their skills at a different level than anybody else. You know what I mean? Let's be frank here. Jason Peters is a Hall of Famer. Some people have that drive, that intensity all the way to their body can't do it no more. That is the biggest question mark. Is his body going to hold up?
And he looked fat, respectfully.
But
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
he definitely a big boy, and he move. Yeah.
But he moving though, man. And Jason Peters does seem like a more powerful player, right? So that does just kind of lend you the idea that, hey, we can just put that and Tyler Smith together on the side, and I wonder how much movement we can get. It's interesting. Just interesting. Yeah. And there's the idea that if Jason Peters does get here with Tyler Smith and Tyron comes back, I keep seeing more and more reasons why this is Tyron's last go at it, in my personal opinion. I don't know.
Professor, he's a man. He's 40. Y'all know how many times I say that in my house?
Mike Gundy is forever. Anytime I hear anything about somebody being 40, I think if he's a man, he's 40.
I was thinking that too, bro, with the mullet going and everything in the back. I don't even know if Michelle even know what the hell I'm talking about when I say that.
This is definitely one of those, if you know, you know. Nobody's let down the drawbridge today. We haven't had a messenger from the drawbridge. I just want to make sure I ain't missing that.
No, I didn't see the hear ye's in there.
Okay, cool. Nobody's at the moat, just chilling on their horse.
Make an announcement.
Does anybody know if Voch played college football? No, I coached for a little bit. I coached for a lot. I actually coached longer than I played football. But I've been independent studying longer than I coached and played.
Sky is 40 confirmed. To be fair, I've been saying that for years.
No, because Skywalker around the house saying, I'm a man, I'm 40. So that, you know what I mean? Now when he's 41, the joke ain't gonna work no more. Right. Chat, y'all got anything else? It's it's early still. We ain't got no phones. It's still a little early. We got a little time. If y'all want to rap now, we can. I just, go drink my juice and play the game.
If I can find one.
We ain't doing that now. Trey Sermon is trash when a running team cuts a running back is for a reason. Well,
what was that about?
That's also another strange situation because Trey Sermon was really good at Ohio State, or at least I liked him a bunch. And you just don't move on from second round pick. I got questions, bro. If anything, let this dude sit on your roster till he figures it out, or till you figure them out. What's up with this? We drafting people, and while they still on the books, we just moving on from them. I need answers.
I think, well, I don't know about the Raiders, but if I'm a San Francisco 49er fan, I'm like, I believe in Shanahan. So whatever you do, I'm fine. Especially at running back. I can give a damn. Yeah. This ain't nothing but the Denver situation with Kubiak reincarnated. Mike Shanahan, the other Shanahan, reincarnated. Put anybody back there. They're going to do well.
Swain says, any new film on the players that we just added?
Uh-oh.
Y'all know we ain't watching no Quandre Allison film over here.
No, sir. Creative Genius says, I might have y'all, I think he's saying I might have a new design for heel Voch. Eyeballs.
Tap in with us, brother. Tap in with us. We'd love to see it. And if you're the one that made the 3-ish Mafia shirt, also send me that email with your Cash App in it. And let me know. Send me the actual PNG file of it, though, the transparent file. So, the usable file with your Cash App. And let me know. Voch, get Manscaped to trim that useless ball off the roster.
Damn.
Woo! Will.
Woo!
Manscaped joke of the day from Kenny Stanley?
Of the day. That shit might be the Manscaped joke of the offseason.
I don't know, dog. I don't know. King Element has some bangers, bro.
That was great.
But get Manscaped to trim that useless ball off the roster. Love it.
That was great.
Promo code VOCH20. Go to manscaped.com. Promo code VOCH20.
Josh Ball watching this show like, hold on.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
William Stilliam, y'all. Can we take up a collection to get Peter signed? It depends on what food they have when he gets to his Jerry Jones meeting, dog. Yeah, Leatherwood got picked up by somebody. Leatherwood gone bye-bye. He gone bye-bye.
Was it the Bears? I forget.
Yeah, he went to somebody. Did you see Micah Parsons' quote?
I'm surprised you didn't bring that up, man. He had a couple good ones today.
I was just minding my business, Will.
Lord, this man.
Could you read them out to us? Could you pull it up a little? What you doing? Let's just I went to YouTube to see if if an interview came out, and look, they love to drop their quotes before the interview. Just that's fine, I get it. But Micah Parsons,
yeah,
I apologize, bro. I'm sorry. And look, to this day, I still don't think I'm wrong about Micah Parsons, but I just want to apologize off the strength.
You're wrong about it.
God, huh?
No,
I was wrong.
What?
I wasn't wrong.
Isn't it?
Okay, I just went to the Cowboys to the Cowboys YouTube page. They don't have the interview up, but let's see if we can find it here.
I got it right. Well, I got a couple of them. Which one you want? This one got me too. He said, "Being the best player in the league." What did he say? I don't want to be anything short of number one player in the NFL. That's the type of confidence I have. I want to be the best. I want to be feared. How does he accomplish that? I have to dominate every game. There's another one. Being the best player in the league doesn't mean you're going to have 20 sacks. Being the best player in the league, you're leading your team to a championship. I have to make everyone around me better. I have to be one of the guys we can lean on in big moments.
Bro, you know what? Those quotes. Those quotes made me want to go fight Josh Ball, dog. That shit just you get chills.
There's another one.
Will?
This is what started the whole thing. Last year I was trying to find myself.
That's
this year
one.
I know exactly who I need to be. Who's that, Micah? The best player in the league.
Perfect.
Yeah, man. He just built different, man.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me read these last super so we can go home, man.
Yes, sir.
What's the matter? Drop 5 in Super Chat says Chicago picked up Leatherwood's whole contract. Am I crazy for thinking that's crazy? If you believe in the player, it's not crazy because it'll just be a rookie contract player that you got for a rookie contract. So it wouldn't be crazy, but it's crazy because I don't think Alex Leatherwood was that good. So that's why it's crazy to me. But if you like the player, no, it's not crazy at all. You get a cheap offensive lineman that you believe in, that you know that you'll develop. Riot says, I want to drop some nuance on the Cowboys' philosophy on draft and develop and compare it with the Chiefs, who's built most of their offense from the draft and filled their holes with quality free agents in 2019.
I don't think there's much to really compare. I mean, they've been extremely successful for the last 10 years.
Yeah,
it's kind of an unfair. I ain't gonna say unfair comparison, but listen, their way has obviously worked better than ours.
Yeah, for sure. Adrian Dyson dropped a dime in the super chat. Says, "Oh dear God, you see, my name's Josh, and I just want to tackle spot with the Dallas Cowboys, but there's one problem. Everyone still Will, you know where this come from?
Who said it was a super chat?
Adrian Dyson, $10 super chat. You know where this come from?
I'm gonna pull it up. Okay.
Adrian. Shouts out to Adrian. Go ahead. Will, look at it. Read it. See if you can catch it.
No.
Mr. Wrestling Man.
Oh, is this this is The Rock.
See, my name's Billy.
Yeah, this is The Rock. And he goes at the end, he's like, but there's just one problem. Everyone still thinks that I absolutely suck.
What's your Yo, listen, Bob. My name's Bill. It doesn't matter what your name is. Adrian. Great callback, sir.
Appreciate great. Great, Adrian. That was awesome.
Hey, y'all keeping us on your toes, man. Derek W. Russell dropped a W super chat, says, proud of you guys for having the courage to pursue your dreams and the proud of you guys for having the courage to pursue your dreams and the diligence to achieve them. I don't want to eat no IHOP. Wait, we're talking about. I don't want to eat no IHOP. Is that where Dontrell saw Sky? Also, Manscaped don't cut off balls, but JB does needs cut. Hey, Derek, appreciate you, man. Great super chat, dog. Great super chat. Is that all? One more. What's the matter? Drop 5 and says there's a thing called alpha male. The guy who walks in the alpha male room and he's the alpha male. Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
Michael different, man.
He ain't carry nobody's shoulder pads.
Yeah, man. Michael probably didn't get hazed last year. Mike ain't paid for no dinner. They pay for Micah's rookie dinner.
They paid for Micah's rookie.
I can't wait to see that dude next week. Anyway, chat, this is the last show for the week. Love y'all. If you come back Monday, we will be getting ready for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So get ready. It is upon us. Appreciate y'all. Hit all the likes. That is the virtual currency for us. That's the only way that we know that we're doing well up in here. So please hit the like button. We try to go for half the engagement. We got 500 people live. Let's go for 250 likes. But it was 1,000 people watching concurrent. So let's see if we get a total of 500 likes over here. Follow me on all my socials, Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI, and my non-football platform, which is twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. Maybe me and Will Steele will one day recap Oxnard and some of the things that happened there. That ain't never happened.
Yeah. We about to be into the busy season now.
Yeah, it's about to be a regular season. Yeah, they don't care about that shit no more. If y'all care, let us know, and we'll figure it out. But if y'all don't care, just don't say nothing. Will Steele, tell the good people where to find you, sir.
On Twitter, at Skywalker Steele, and every morning, 8:30-ish, Monday through Friday, we talking Cowboys on A to Z Sports Dallas on YouTube. So holla at me over there.
All right. I still do not have an update on Jason Peters, so I'm willing to bet you Monday you're either going to be sad or we're going to talk about how Jason Peters fits in this goddamn offense. Y'all hold it down for Dosey Wants the Piece Whiskey. Till next time, volume.
Beats Planet.
Wait a minute. Lower the bridge.
Lower the bridge.
Lower the bridge. Listen, when I say this show is fueled by the audience, when I say we live and die by the engagement, hit the goddamn like button right now. Drop flames in the chat because we can't. Look, we was off. We was off of work today, Will. We was ready to go home. Will, we was ready to go home.
To be fair.
Look, and once the theme music start playing, that's a wrap, typically. But this little thing called the audience, we love them to pieces. So hear ye. What's up, y'all? Marcus Hardison says, before we clock out, Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's me and Will Steele. At the volume, most great people have attained their greatest success just one step beyond their greatest failure. praying my brothers continue to beat the drum of progress because they deserve it.
Watch that beat drop.
We don't rehearse the beat drops, by the way. I mean, it just be right on time. Chill. All right, cool. Can we go home now? Can we clock out? Chat.
So you gotta do it one more time.
It's about to be Labor Day. Can we just leave?
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna be in on Monday.
Yo, we gonna be working on Labor Day. Will you cool to work on Labor Day to break down something?
We talk about that after.
Yeah. You ain't gonna just commit to nothing on the street.
No, sir.
While they watching. All right, fair enough. All right, now y'all hold it down for those who was a piece. We gonna play the goddamn thing so I'm gonna get.
Beats Planet.